Then we have Katherine N. Johnson. Katherine is a certified professional coach, mentor, writer, and speaker. After 20 plus years in the information technology field, she now leverages her extensive experience to mentor women in a STEM field, helping them to level up and excel in their careers. Katherine is passionate about helping professional women and young girls gain clarity, courage, and confidence to pursue their bigger vision and dreams. In her newest venture, the Beautiful Reflections podcast, she gets vulnerable, sharing details of her personal story while interviewing other inspiring women along the way. So please, without further ado, welcome to the stage, Katherine N. Johnson. Hi, Katherine. Take it away.
I can remember it like it was yesterday. It's a warm summer day. I'm riding my bicycle when he approaches me, and we start a conversation. "You're beautiful," he says. Wow, me? Beautiful? I'm completely in awe. I can remember being called a lot of things while growing up, like tall, skinny, straight up and down, but not beautiful. He says that he wants to be my friend, to get to know me, and that I should call him. Of course, I call him. We talk. He's funny. He's nice. He buys me things. He picks me up from school. We're friends. Then one day, he takes me to his apartment and shows me his home. The next thing I remember is he's taken off my clothes. Time stands still, and I'm frozen. Wait, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I want to speak these words that are screaming so loudly in my head, but they get swallowed in my throat. You see, the thing is, I'm 15, and he's more than twice my age. What started out as a conversation quickly turned into an unwanted situation. I like the attention that he gives me, the words of love that he showers me with, and all of the things that he buys me, but I don't like what he's doing to my body. I can't say no now after everything that he's given me. Hello, guilt. Later, I learned that he's married. He has a wife, and he could never be mine. I'm shocked, devastated, and completely heartbroken. With this news, I slowly begin to see it. It's all lies, deception, and manipulation. And I feel like it's all my fault. Why didn't I just say no? How could I have been so stupid? Why didn't I see through the deception? Hello, shame. What will people think of me if they know? His wife, my family? After all, we're Christians and quite the religious family. Church on Sundays, Bible study on Wednesdays. Everything that I've been taught tells me that I am no longer a good girl. I'm going to hell. I'm condemned. This doesn't feel good to me, and I start to have nightmares. But the more I try to pull away, the more he presses. He keeps saying to me, "You're mine. I love you. We're going to be together." So it becomes my little secret. Hello, secrecy. I want out, and I have to figure out how to get away from him. So I leave home and join the military at 17. Now, I also like the idea of the opportunity to travel the world, to work in my chosen career field, and money for college. But I also know that leaving meant I would get away from him. I would carry this secret for almost 15 more years, never speaking about it openly. I told myself that I was strong, and I tried to carry on as if it hadn't affected me. I tried to bury it as just something that happened until I noticed some reoccurring patterns in my life. I kept finding myself in relationships after relationship where I wasn't able to communicate my feelings, to say how I truly felt and what I really wanted to say. At work, I had contributions to add, but I was unable to speak up and provide my input. I can remember sitting in meetings and I would barely say 2 words. This left me frustrated because the words just would not come out. So I felt left out. The same thing was happening in social settings. I was often silent and never fully engaged in conversations. I would sit there during dinner with friends. I would smile and laugh, but the topic would come up and I just wouldn't say much. So I ended up feeling not included. With family, when things happened, I wouldn't speak up for myself. Then I ended up feeling like no one cared about my feelings. I got tired of the same old when it came to my relationships. I was annoyed with myself because I had things to say. I wanted to be included in conversations and share my thoughts and opinions. So, after yet another failed relationship, I decided it was finally time to talk to someone. I started to see a therapist, Dr. D, to help me make sense of everything. For the very first time, I spoke openly about my feelings. I told her that growing up, I was supposed to be the good kid, the smart one. Yet I had allowed myself to be manipulated, and I should have known better. What Dr. D said to me in response was profound. Katherine, you were 15. You should never have been placed in that situation by an adult. You were a child. I felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I realized just how much guilt and shame I had been carrying. Now, I felt relieved. It wasn't my fault. This was truly freeing. Dr. D helped me to see exactly when I began to silence my feelings. It was in that moment, when I was 15, that very first day in his home, when I cared more about his feelings than what I wanted. That was the moment I began to silence my feelings. As women, we have experiences that shape us and cause us to silence our true feelings. We learn how to repress our emotions and prioritize other people's desires over our own. We keep silent out of fear, guilt, and shame, and to avoid rocking the boat. But in doing this, we lose our voice and consequently our power. How do we reclaim our power? Well, Connie A. Baker, a licensed therapist and author of Traumatized by Religious Abuse, Courage, Hope, and Freedom for Survival, writes, when you expose abuse, it loses its power over you. Secrets and shame are powerful. When they're uncovered, they lose their authority. And the beauty of a publicly told story is that secrecy and shame are immediately weakened. And not just personally, but also communally. So that day in Dr. D's office, I had to go back to the thing that silenced me in order to release the power it had over me and my life. I had to unbury all of the buried feelings. I had to talk about the thing that had been unspoken. It could no longer be my little secret. So when I made the decision to talk about my feelings, I made the decision to heal what had wounded me. And I opened the door to finding my voice. Now, finding my voice has surely been a journey, one that continues today. But I can look over my life and clearly see what this process has yielded. So today in my relationships, I'm very clear about what I need and what I want so that I can verbalize it, what does and what doesn't work for me. At work, I recognize and own my value by providing my input. Remember that that's the reason I'm there, to contribute my expertise. In social settings, I bring my full, authentic self, allowing others to really see me by sharing who I am, my thoughts, and my opinions. So much so that my new friends think I'm an extrovert and naturally outspoken. With family, I honor my feelings by saying how I truly feel instead of biting my tongue. When I was 15, I lost my voice, but I found it by going to the unlikeliest of places, the place that hurt me. Are you brave enough to go to the place that hurt you? The place that silenced you? Are you bold enough to talk about it? All of the buried and unspoken feelings. This is how you find your voice, so that you can move beyond the burdens of guilt, shame, and secrecy. By having the courage to talk about what feels completely disempowering, by bringing your full, authentic self, using your voice powerfully, and sharing your unique story. By telling yourself the things that you need to hear and believe about yourself, so that you can say goodbye guilt, goodbye shame, and goodbye secrecy. This is what it means to reclaim your power. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Katherine. I'm so proud of you. This was amazing. Thank you for showing us how to reclaim our power. Thank you for sharing your very brave story. That question, are we brave enough to go to the place that hurt us? We know that you are, and you've inspired us as well. I want to share some of the love that you're getting in the chat. You are so brave, Katherine. Lots of other hugs. Wow, I'm sorry this happened to you. It brings me flashbacks. It took me years before I spoke about it. Shame and guilt last a long time. I love your callbacks to hello. It's, fill in the blank. That shame was never ours to carry, Katherine, but we are conditioned to believe it. I'm in awe of you, Katherine. I'm so glad you found your voice. Those things we bury don't stay buried. Your journey is so powerful, Katherine. This resonates deeply. Tell your stories, take the power back. Thank you so much for sharing about finding your voice and helping us to know how we can reclaim ours.